Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about week 3 of The Artist's Way, my experience with it. I don't go detail by detail because I feel like if you want to check something out, you should support the author and the creator of the program. So how many times this week did I do my morning pages? Yes, let me hear it. Yes. 7. If you say anything less than 7, you're a hater. I did all I did the entire week. I told myself I was going to do better in this week with that, and I did so. Did I do an artist date this week? Yes, my artist date for week 3 was painting. It was really fun. My cousins and I just did a follow-along video. Well, basically this man, he's like painting in a sped up motion, and you just follow. I don't know if there's follow-alongs, but we made it a follow-along. And it was really fun. I'll put a picture so you can see. And it's definitely something I want to do more often because like I saw some things where I was like, oh, I definitely want to do this better, like now that I've done it once before. So it'll be fire to kind of like recreate it and then see the parts, especially like some of my, anyways, I did it and I had fun. The next question for the check-in is, did I experience any synchronicities? Here's the thing, I gotta do better with writing them down because I do experience synchronicities. I just get them mixed up. Sometimes I write them down, sometimes I don't, because I feel like you also gotta be careful because it's a thin line of becoming like obsessed. You know, it's like, oh, I keep seeing this, oh, this happened, this happened. But actually, there were some really now that I think about it, there was a very specific synchronicity that happened that was so wild, and it happened while my cousins were with me. So they also saw the synchronicities happening. So that was actually pretty wild now that I think about it. Like, yeah, no, it was crazy. And the synchronicities, all I'm gonna say is God be showing up and showing out for me. God, my ancestors, universe. And I have to be grateful. I'm like, thank you. Okay, cool. We saw it. Were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? No. The task that came with week 3 reminded me of something that I actually like. I feel like I did a little bit more writing. There was a lot more tapping into stuff that I might not have necessarily remembered in the previous week. So one of the exercises is called detective work, and I'll just read to you like a little piece of it. Like I said, I'm not going to read to you like by details all the tasks and stuff of the week, so that way like, if you're really interested, you can go do it and, you know, support the author. So it says, many Blocked people are actually very powerful and creative personalities who have been made to feel guilty about their own strengths and gifts. That stuck out to me. Without being acknowledged, they are often used as batteries by their families and friends who feel, I want to also say like work, you know? So family, friends, and work environments who feel free to use their creative energies and disparage them. When these blocked artists strive to break free of their dysfunctional systems, they are often urged to be sensible when such advice is not appropriate for them, made to feel guilty for their talents. They often hide their own light under a bushel for fear of hurting others. Instead, they hurt themselves. A little sleuth work is in order to restore the persons that we have abandoned ourselves. When you complete the following phrases, you may feel strong enough. So they just put these phrases and stuff like that. That detective work exercise really reminded me, and also there was a conversation I was having with my friends, and it just reminded me of how at one point I feel like I used to be much more free creatively, but I have a few specific times when I remember someone that was a teacher, so higher up or whatever, you know, so they were a teacher. I feel like they stifled my creativity. And also at a workplace, there was a person who, okay, so the teacher would, I feel like the experience that I had with that teacher, they wanted us all to, there was no individualism. So with that, I feel like it caused a block around my creativity, right? That's something that I'm still working through, especially in that specific subject of like where they were confining and training us and putting us in a box of like, no, this is the way it should be done. When it was like, well, no, actually it's not like a scientific situation, so it doesn't have to be done a specific way. It's not mathematics or like that, you know? It was a creative course. Then it reminded me, this exercise also reminded me of a workplace that I was at where I remember vividly being told that I was being hired for my creative expression. I was being hired for the way that I did things. I remember that being said, right? Then after hired, I remember directly being told multiple times that they wanted me to be like them. They wanted me to do the things that we were doing like them. It's a creative job. And I remember, y'all, this could go also astrologically. If y'all want to know about the astrology, if y'all want to know the astrology side of this, that could be like a whole other video. But there is a deep astrological connection to this too, which connects spiritually as well. So all of this in the healing and in the development and growing. So anyways, that person will make those comments. I remember them telling me that, and of course for me, I'm like, I don't want to be like you. I don't want to do anything like you. I want to do things like me. I understand there's a certain like structure of some things, but I don't ever want to be like anybody else but myself. Forever and always, I want to be me. Even if they meant it, like, it's just like, that's why you have to be careful about your words too. Anyways, so, which also reminded me of the time where like they wanted us to grade each other's perspective of a project that we're working on. And I said, I'm not going to tell this person that they did something wrong when that's how they saw it. Now, if you want to talk about technique, you know, we can talk about techniques a little bit or whatever, but like I said, for me, art is subjective, and I very strongly, like, I stand by that. Art is subjective. You cannot tell someone, or you shouldn't tell someone, the way you colored this is wrong. The way you drew that is wrong. The way you put this together is wrong. In creativity, it's always going to be, it's like, I see things a lot differently than I feel most people that I come in contact with. Ooh, I spit. I see things a lot differently than I feel that most people that I come in contact with. Even when it comes just down to like viewing human nature and viewing people. I find beauty in things I think most people might turn their nose up to, or might be like, that's not this and that, whatever, right? And I'm like, what? Like, when I saw it, that was like so dope. It was beautiful. It's unique to me. Like, that's crazy. That's creative. That's whatever. You know, it gets me happy and excited. A lot of times, and especially in like my career field, people tell you, well, this is how you have to do something, right? So for me, I say, why? Well, because that's how it's always been done. Well, aren't I in this because I want to be creative? Because I want to express what I see and hear, like, and bring it outward? You have to do it like this. I don't have to do anything. I don't. If you bring me onto a project for my form of creative expression, let me express creatively. So that's what this exercise brought back for me. Just the amount of times of someone saying, I love that you're like this, and then saying, and then be like, yeah, like, let's bring this person on, let's do this with this person, whatever, and then trying to mold me and confine me and control me into what they wanted me to be, or to be like them. Let me see. Let's see if I can read what I wrote, because sometimes I'll be writing and it just get a little too scribbly, and I write mostly in cursive. But sometimes I'm just like late, I'm like, gotta get the thoughts out. Okay. These two try to control my creativity. Being with that team changed and shrank my ability to move in a particular way. This other person tried to make me like them. So I wrote what I just told y'all. To criticize others' creativity. Ooh. So this person tried to, you know, I talked about the person like that hired me and they wanted me to do things a specific way. All while criticizing others' creativity, which is something that they do. Like, I get that there's some things that we don't understand, right? Or if you're being like trying to be like hee funny and stuff, right? But when it really comes down to it, I just be trying to give people their props, because a lot of times it's hard in the first place to even get whatever you're trying to create out. If you've done it, you got it out. As long as it's not no weird ass freak disrespectful shit or racist stuff, you know. But when it comes to creative expression, I commend the people that have thought of an idea and then they put the effort to it and they've created something like a finished piece. That's fire. It's hard as hell to do that and keep like to not be in your own way. Okay. I said that's not creativity. You must create real art has no bounds. Oh, I said real art has no bounds, no rules. I don't do it a certain way because someone said. I do it because I like it. And you have no real reason as to why I should do it that way. Yeah, it's true. That's why I'm like, so someone made up a particular technique and now you say that the only way that the proper way to shoot a documentary is this way? Why? What if I think the lighting looks cooler like this? And I think it matches the emotion better. But I have to do it a certain way because everyone else is. Because that's how documentaries are shot now. That's like the trend for I don't give a damn. I'll be honest with you, I don't. I like to be free. I don't mind studying stuff and seeing where things come from because I love the history of things, but like, let me be me, especially creatively. Art cannot and should not be controlled. I am my own creative vision. Those are people who cannot tap into their own creativity, so they have to control others. I was writing that half asleep. Sometimes I'm like, be talking crazy when I'm sleeping. Anyways, so that was one of the biggest things that like stuck with me or stood out with me during week 3. There were some other things like do something nurturing for yourself, read a good overview, or recall a compliment. That is actually a really good thing to do, like to sit and go over. I am over here stuttering like shit. Something says, one of the tasks says, look at the criticism again. Does it remind you of any criticism for your past, particularly shaming childhood criticism? Acknowledge to yourself that the current criticism is triggering grief over a long-standing wound. Y'all should get this book. It's very interesting because I feel like it's just going to, well, it is about healing, but I think that it just heals you. It's supposed to heal you deeply. I was going to say, this heals you deeply, but it's supposed to. I feel that it's meant to. Some people say, or no, I'm not going to say some. I recently just saw a video of like one girl saying she doesn't like the book. I don't mind it. I like it. I will see you guys. I will see y'all soon. I will see you guys for week 4, which is about recovering a sense of integrity. It's very interesting. I'm so fine. I'm so fine.